Hi everyone and welcome back to Rachel's Enchanting Cakes. For this week's tutorial, I'm going to be showing you how to turn your terrace chocolate orange into this super cute Easter chick. Excellent for any new beginner baker as only limited baking equipment is used and very simple techniques. As always, I guide you through everything step by step, so let's make a start. Unwrap a terrace chocolate orange and place it directly onto some baking paper. Taking some liquid glucose and a brush, simply cover all of the terrace chocolate orange. This will act like a glue when adding the fondant. Roll out exactly 150 grams of yellow fondant, keeping this in a circular shape. Drape this directly over the top of your covered terrace chocolate orange egg, negotiating the pleats from the top to the bottom. I then use a flexible smoother to smooth this out some more, however this is not essential. Using a sharp knife, I then simply cut away the excess fondant before using a flexible smoother once again just to smooth it out a little bit more. Now we need to make the shells for the chick. Now you can use anything you want. You could use an apple covered in cling film to make it food safe. These ones are called cupcake formers. I'm going to be using one of those just to keep it relatively easy. But I've come up with other ideas in case you have limited equipment. And also if you have a 4-inch spherical tin, that would work as well. Just cover the other items in cling film if you do not have a cupcake former. For the shells to hold, we need to make some modelling paste. To do this, simply add a small amount of Tylo powder directly to some fondant and then just knead it in. This will set lovely and hard, so once you've left it to set either over your apple, your tin or your cupcake former overnight, when you take them away they will keep their shape. Roll out your modelling paste and cut out a large circle using a circle cutter. You want to then drape this directly over whatever you are using in order to allow it to set in a spherical kind of shape. So if it's your apple, just make sure it's covered in cling film. Same with the baking tin. If you have one of these cupcake formers, just add a small amount of icing sugar. Using a very sharp crafts knife, I then simply cut away small triangles directly from the fondant. This will give more of a cracked egg-like shape that your Easter chick will be popping out of. Depending on the humidity where you are, this should only take about 24 hours left overnight to set. If it's quite humid, it may take longer. So you want to repeat this process twice. So you have one for the base and one for the head. Once they are completely set, they will be firm to the touch and they will just come away from the cupcake former with ease. I then simply add a small amount of edible glue directly to the centre with a bit of fondant. This is just to help raise up the Easter chick slightly. I have a ball of yellow fondant for the head. I'm taking a small amount of orange. I shape this in my hands into more of a triangular shape. Place this directly onto your duck's head and using the opposite end of a piping nozzle, if you have one, place in an indentation. This will give more of a smiley-like face. I then just take a bowl tool and add 2 more indentations for the eyes. For the eyes, start by adding a small ball of black directly to the indentation, followed by a small ball of white. I then choose to have my chick's eyes in blue, so I add a very small ball of blue, and finally an even smaller ball of black. Using some edible glue, stick the head directly to the top. I then take the other half of the egg shell and stick this directly to his head. Just keep readjusting this until it looks right and how you want it to. For his wings, I cut out an oval shape using a circle cutter, glue these into place and then support with some kitchen roll. Finally, for his feet, I shape 2 balls of fondant in my hands. I then shape this into more of a cone shape and bend it over so it's like a foot and glue this into place using some kitchen roll as a support. I then placed him directly on a decorated cake drum and just added a few spring flowers. Happy baking, guys. I really do hope I've helped you again today, and I'll be back soon with more new, completely free content.